Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like a dapper dog, giving them microphone, dressed like $1 million, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Oh, yeah. Everybody out there listening to me, put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Why don't you join me? Yeah. Ooh, Steve Harvey. Get them on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Yeah, you join in with me. If you're with me, help me say, turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Yeah, turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Harvey turn them on to the morning, y'all. Yeah. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only, Steve Harvey. Got a radio show, yeah, man. Got one. Hey, you know, I think of my life in terms of blessings. You know, I take mostly a positive approach and a positive spin to my life. I hardly ever dwell on, I can't say that I don't think about the what's wrong in it because I have to address problems as they arise. But I try not to let them consume me. I let the consumption part be about the blessings, the positive things that has occurred in my life, the good things that God has done for me, the power that he's displayed in my life, the protection he's given me over the years, to being tucked under his wings. I focus on the things that he promises me. I think of all the goodness that I perceive to come my way. I think that has a lot to do with me learning more and more about the law of attraction in terms of, you know, what you think and what you put out in the space, and what you pray about is what you receive, you know. And so I've become better and better at that. It's not to say that I'm not human and I don't have moments where I think a little bit too long about what's going wrong and what enemy is about to attack and what they're going to do and say and all of this here. So that's not to say that I'm not concerned about it, but I try to dwell mostly on the positive. And one of the things that I learned, you can have an incredible life. All of us, we can have incredible lives if we just let God drive. See, the problem that I had years ago was I was the driver of my life, and I was taking myself in the directions that I thought would be best for me. And I aimed at things that I thought I could accomplish. And I set goals that I saw myself being able to attain. I was driving. When I gave up and I let God drive, I then opened up my mind and my spirit to what God had for me, for what God could see for me, for what God could do in my life, for what God wanted for me. Now, he wanted for me and he wanted of me. See, that's the connection that you got to try to make. Well, not try. That's the connection that you got to make to really get it. Now, listen to me. What I don't want you to do is do like me. Don't be afraid of the what for, of the what he wants you to do part. See, because that ain't going to be nearly as demanding and as offsetting as you think it's going to be. See, I thought that if I did God's will, that if I let God tell me what to do, that it would cause me to not to be able to do some things I wanted to do. Well, which is true, but the stuff I wanted to do was all detrimental to my well-being and my future and my growth and development as a man. I was stopping my own growth as a man because, see, I was doing what I thought I should do as a man. But when you give it over to God, see, God has a much better plan for you than you can ever have for yourself. And God knows a better way, far better than the one you know. I want you to believe that, man. You got to understand that part of it. And that's the part that I finally got through my head, to let God do it his way and to show me a better way and to teach me a better way and expose to me a better way. And when I opened up my mind to what God was talking about, I began to see things totally differently, and things started coming to me totally differently. If you've been a friend of mine or a fan of mine over the years, I mean, you've had to see it, the change. You've had to see the difference. I mean, and I acknowledge that every chance I get, because I promised God I would, and I hope that I'm not falling short in that category. But then again, if I told it all day long what he done for me, I still wouldn't have enough time to really explain thoroughly what he's done for me, because it's such a continuous growth in me. But now, that's not to say that I'm finished or I'm done or I'm complete, because I'm still short. You can't be him. You can strive for perfection. I hear people saying it all the time. I applaud you for saying you want to be perfect, but you ain't. And you can't. So you quit saying it. You quit saying it to me. Quit saying it to other people. I'm seeking a life of perfection, but it's something that you cannot have because he said you can't do it. But that's what he there for. He there for the moments when you stumble and you fall. And you gonna stumble and fall. So you got to get that part right, man. The stumbling, falling part is coming. But see, you get God in your life and it helps you so that you don't stumble, fall, wallow, roll over, lay there, languish. That's what God is for. So when you stumble and fall, you get back up, because you're going to make mistakes. You're going to get it wrong. You're going to come under attack. You're going to be lied about. You are going to be falsely accused. That's going to happen to you the moment you make a decision to do better. The moment you try to be more. The devil got to send his attackers, man. And he controls certain people. He just got people that's on his side 24/7. You know them too. You've all met one or two of them in your life. They just busy with the business of nothingness. They just busy about the destruction of others. You say, I know them. You know them. They coming. But here's what you got to hold fast to. They can't take away nothing from you that God gave you. They didn't make you. See, people who claim to have made you, if they so in the make you business, why don't they make themselves? Or if they ain't with you no more and they so busy in them I made you business, why don't they make somebody else? Since you want to get credit for making somebody, make yourself. If you're responsible for someone else's success, then you should easily be able to take claim and be responsible for your own success. See, be careful of that. And don't change your course because somebody's attacking you with that. I just hope, man, that I'm giving it to God the way I said I would give it to him. That I would unload every chance I got that I was supposed to, without being, oh, here he come again. I try not to be that. But, man, I don't know what else to be for the first 12 minutes of my show. What else you want me to say? I got 4 hours. I can't give God 12 minutes, man. I mean, for real, Steve? Come on, man. I mean, let's look at this right here. If you giving honor to God just 12 minutes out the day, dog, he gave you 24 hours of luxury and life and breath and hope and promise. You ain't got 12 minutes to give him out the day? That don't make no sense. What an exchange. What a wonderful life God has given me in exchange for so small of effort that I put forth. Don't let the effort you got to put forth to God seem so daunting that you don't attempt to do it. Because, man, it seems like a lot. It ain't nothing compared to what he be giving us, for real. So if you want a real life, you want a real shot at what you can be, what you can have, what you can own, what you can become, who you really are, go to God, let him fix you, man. That's all.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to start the show. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It has started. The countdown was insignificant. The voice didn't elevate. I didn't get excited. I didn't raise my voice because I wanted to surprise you by saying, this is Steve Harvey Morning Show. It's on right now. That's all. What's up, Shirley?
Hey, Steve, what's happening?
Carla?
You are so crazy. What's happening?
Junior?
Morning, mentor. Morning, fam.
Tommy?
Yeah, I'm here.
You know, I've been watching the news, and you know, these rioters now are claiming that they suffered from foxitis.
The Capitol insurrectionists,
Yeah,
terrorists.
that's their defenses. They suffered with foxitis.
What does that
They're
mean?
saying that because they view Fox, they were led to act this way, and they're calling the defense foxitis. I just want to say, I have Fox on my TV too. I ain't climbed the wall yet.
And if you do, watching Fox,
You going to jail.
Yeah.
No.
Immediately.
Please know where you'll be.
You're going to get inmate-itis too.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, today's National Eat What You Want Day. Whatever you want.
I'm just going to do that anyway.
We've been
That's
doing
everything.
that
Thanks.
I did that yesterday.
during this whole
Appreciate it.
pandemic.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shirley, for the heads up. But we
Okay.
already
So
admitted.
here's the question, Shirley. If you could eat anything you wanted and when it couldn't hurt you, what would be the one meal you could have?
Oh, okay. Cheeseburger. Big old juicy cheeseburger with a shake, strawberry of course, and some fries with pizza on the side.
Damn.
It wouldn't
Pizza
hurt
on
me.
the side.
You said it's
Perfect.
not going to hurt me.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Carla?
a big old Hawaiian ribeye steak.
I knew you were going to say steak.
Hawaiian.
Carla loves her steaks.
Girl, you could do
Cooked
that
to
anyway.
perfection
Yeah.
with a big old baked potato.
All of
Where
it.
the big old come from? Big
But
old.
Steve, with a whole bunch of sour cream.
And butter.
Oh, right, butter, cheese,
Butter.
all of that.
Junior, what's the meal?
The meal. It ain't but one thing. Bluebell ice cream, every flavor, all day, every day. If I can eat it with no side effects, what?
Tommy, what's the meal, man?
The meal is Alaskan king crab, 3 pounds, drawn butter. Yes. I
In the
don't
shell
need
or
no
out of the
sides or
shell?
nothing.
In the
That's it.
shell or out of the shell? Please say out.
Pre-crack, but I'm going
Yeah.
to pull them out. Pre-crack.
Okay.
Not a big
Add
fight.
something to my meal.
What?
Quickly.
What?
A lobster, surf and turf. Okay.
Real simple.
yours?
Here's mine.
Come on, Steve.
My
hurry.
mama's fried chicken,
Yes.
a platter of it with my mama's hot homemade light rolls.
Okay.
I want
All right.
nothing else.
All right. Coming up in 32 minutes.
My mama's German chocolate cake.
I'm hungry. Coming up in 32 minutes after the hour. Ask the CLO right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up next hour, the U.S. Surgeon General, Dr. Vivek Murthy, will talk to. We will talk to him about COVID-19 vaccinations. That's coming up next hour. But right now, it is time for Ask the CLO with Steve Harvey, the CLO, in the building. This one is from Willie in Gary, Indiana. Willie writes, I'm a 56-year-old married man. My wife found a condom in my work bag that had been there since 2019. I told her I got it from a health fair in my office building, but she didn't believe me. I really did have a one-night stand. Listen to this, guys. I really did have a one-night stand with a coworker 2 years ago after an office Christmas party, but it was only once. My wife claimed a lady called her and told her everything. I panicked and confessed, and then my wife said she made it all up to get the truth. She wants the name and the number of the lady, but she's married to a boxer. How can I get my wife to leave this alone?
First of all, dog,
Come on, CLO.
for you to be 56 years old and fall for the okie doke,
Yes, you did.
I don't give a damn what you accuse me of. It's not true. I don't even understand.
But
You
she-
confess to everything.
Yeah.
Bro, what's wrong with you?
And what are you doing with a condom still in your bag from 2019?
Oh,
You
one
know how
night
old
stand.
that
It
is?
only happened one time. Man, come on.
He's an
dude.
idiot.
You stupid.
All this truth telling.
I can't believe this. And I done told y'all about this truth. It's way overrated.
It's not.
What is you
Come on,
confessing
break it
for?
down.
She ain't even bust you. Dog, you saw me where? Wait a minute. With who? What woman you talking about? I don't even know who you talking about. You gonna have to come up with a name. You got to come up with some
For me.
Texas. You got to have a picture. You got to have something. Like the joke I wrote a long time ago. I don't care if you got a Polaroid picture of my butt jacked up in the air with my social security number on my ass. That is not me. Okay?
Yeah.
And I don't know how this man got my social security number on his ass or how he even knew it. I don't know. But it is not me.
Ride with
That's
it.
how strong I am with it.
Pretty convincing.
Yeah.
Pretty convincing. He's in a world of trouble on that one. He wants to know how can he get his wife to leave it alone, though. That's the question, CLO.
Dog.
Put that condom on and show it don't fit. It don't
Hey
fit.
dog, hey dog, hey dog, hey dog. This is not O.J. Simpson trial.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, if it doesn't fit, we must
Tommy.
quit.
You can't be married and have a condom.
Right.
I know it. I know it.
You can't. It
Then
never
how I get in that
got
bag? Tell me, get us out that bag.
Yeah.
here. How
Lie
the
your
condom
way out.
got in the bag.
Lie your way
Yeah,
out.
I want to hear.
How you
lie.
out this one?
Okay, all right. Accuse me, Shirley.
Okay, look, I'm in your bag. What is this? What is this? A condom? What are you doing with a condom in your bag? What's going on?
Condom.
Yeah, a condom. You see it right here. a
Wait, let me
condom.
see it.
You know what a condom is. Here it is. Look at it.
Babe, watch this.
I noticed.
Look at that.
Look
They
at
gave
what?
these, they was down here making these balloon animals down
If you
here.
don't
That
get out
ain't even
my
what you
face.
see it.
No, sir.
We gonna do something, but it's not mine. The magician had these making animals.
balloon out of condoms.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have ridden with the health fair in his office building, but
I'd have kept with anything. He had that.
yeah, he had that. That's what. All right. We don't know how
He
you're
got
gonna get your
scared.
wife. To
I don't know how the hell it got in that bag. These dudes always prank. That man, they told me they was gonna get me.
Okay.
Man, I told this dude, I pranked the dude. I'll be damned. He got
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
Boy.
now that's better than the balloon.
This nephew Tommy's
Teddy,
fault.
Teddy, what's up? You got me, boy.
Oh,
That condom
you
you
just go
put in my bag. Man, my wife found that thing, boy, all hell broke loose up in here.
Teddy's on the other line.
Yeah.
Oh, you busted dog. She got you, dog.
Yeah, tell her, tell her how we prank each other. Here, baby. Teddy won't talk. Because Teddy know.
And
Teddy
gonna
know
do
he
his
got to
job.
go
Yeah.
along with,
He better
Honor
ride it
amongst
out.
thieves.
yeah.
All right, here we go. So that's all we got for you. Thank you, CLO. Morgan in Norfolk, Virginia says, I'm in my late 20s and my girlfriends and I have brunch together monthly. I live with my boyfriend, but he's always eager to leave the house when it's my turn to host the girls for brunch. One of the other girls in our group is also shacking up with her man. When we go to her house for brunch, her man is all up in the mix, gossiping with us, and it's annoying. We have asked her to control her man, but she's so excited to have a man that has clouded her judgment. How can we get him out of our business?
Stop doing it at her house.
Yeah.
Her house, take her house out the rotation. It's a group of y'all. Just take her house out the rotation.
Okay.
You
like
can't
it.
stop a
makes
dude.
sense.
You can't go to a dude's house and then tell him don't be there.
Right.
That ain't finna work.
Okay. I like that, CLO. All right, moving on. Sherry in Baton Rouge says, I'm a 44-year-old newly married woman, and my 20-year-old son moved back home after living in a dorm. I had no idea that I raised my son wrong, but my husband says it's all wrong. It's normal for me to wash and fold my son's clothes so he'll look nice. I also make him a hot breakfast every morning and make him coffee. My husband says I have to stop catering to my son immediately or he'll be worthless. Is this a true statement?
Oh,
Yes.
very true statement. Yeah. Why don't he make his own damn breakfast? Why don't he wash his own clothes? He 20.
Yeah.
He 20.
Yeah.
That's the problem. A lot of women, you coddle these boys until they just dependent. Then when they get a woman, then they expect the same thing from a woman when a woman is actually looking for a man. Now he can't cook or make a damn cup. What are you making coffee for every morning? Man, even I make my own damn coffee in the morning in hell.
All right,
I got
CeeLo.
coffee maker money.
We got to go.
So
Thank
I
you,
guess I'll
CeeLo.
make
Great
your damn
advice.
coffee.
Coming up next, the nephew with Run That Prank Back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, coming up at the top of the hour, we're going to talk to the U.S. Surgeon General, Dr. Vivek Murthy, about the COVID-19 vaccines. We'll talk about that a little later at the top of the hour, like I said. But right now, the nephew is here with today's Run That Prank Back. What you got for us, Neff?
I got quarterback sneak. Quarterback sneak.
You play too.
Okay. Quarterback sneak. Let's go, cat dog.
Hello,
May I speak to Candace?
this is she.
Hey, Candace, this is Tony. Are you Isaiah's mama?
Excuse me?
Are you Isaiah's mama?
Yeah, I am. Why? Who are you?
My name is Tony. I'm DeAndre's daddy. DeAndre, they played on this past season. They played on the football team. They played on the Seahawks together.
Okay, but like, why are you calling me?
Okay, I'm calling you for a particular reason. Let me tell you what's going on. This whole past football season, your son Isaiah, he was a starting quarterback, right?
Yeah, he's a starting quarterback. He works real hard. Like that's his position.
Okay, let me go and say this. I already know that my son DeAndre is way better than your son Isaiah. I already know that. All right, now I ain't get to.
Excuse you?
No, ain't no excuse me. I'm not going to excuse myself about this. I've been waiting to get you on the phone so I can tell you exactly what's going on. Let me tell you something. When the season come back around, when they get ready to play again, I'm telling you right now, my son DeAndre going to be starting. Please know that. Trust me, I swear to you, I know what you did for your son.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. You who the do you think you are? Calling me, telling me that your son is going to take my son's position on the team? How do you even have my number?
I got your number from a reliable source. One of the parents gave me your number.
But what kind of mental problems you got calling my house, telling me about how your son is like not barely even on the team. He's not even starting.
Okay, no, my son ain't starting. Okay, but he gonna be starting next year. Okay, but I know what you did for your son to be starting. Trust me, I know what you did, Candace.
I didn't do anything. My son earned his position. So, I mean, I don't really get what you're saying here. You're talking some big game about your son taking my son's position. Like, first of all, I don't even know who you are. I don't know how you got my number. Like, these are kids. It's really not that serious. Like, they're kids out there having a good time, trying to play a game. Like, I haven't seen you at a game. I don't know who you think you are. Stepping up, being like, my son is going to take your son's position. Like, what kind of crazy are you?
Okay,
You're calling me out of nowhere, you're calling me nowhere out of the clear blue. I'm just minding my business. My son is playing his game. Who the are you, and why are you calling me? Like, what the is
I ain't been to no games, but I'm going to be there on next season. I'll be there, okay?
Okay, well,
all right?
I mean, you could try. You might not want to come because your son still ain't starting.
Okay. But let's go on and get to the reason why I call you. I already know why your son started. So let's go on and be
my
real
son is
about
starting.
this. What?
What? No, my son is starting because he earned his position. He's the best on the team. He can
Okay.
throw. Like, your son don't got no kind of arm.
You saying that, Candace? But are you sure your son ain't starting? Because maybe you slept with Coach Brian.
What? Wait. Excuse you? Like.
Did you sleep with Coach Brian so your son could get that position? Did you do that?
Your mama slept with Coach Brian with her dry. That's why your son ain't playing. Who the do you think you are accusing me of sleeping with a coach?
Hey, I'm just letting you know. I know what you did for your.
You don't know. You don't know. You don't know.
Okay, so you saying you ain't selling Coach Bryant? That's what you're saying. So Isaiah starting because they just picked him to start.
You are crazy. First of all, you're gonna have to talk to my husband because these accusations are ridiculous and out of control. Like, I don't know who the you think you are calling in the house accusing me of sleeping with the coach. My son earned his position on the team. He's like, what the? Who the do you think you are? You are straight bugging, dude.
Who is your husband? Who is that?
My husband is Curtis, who you don't know because you ain't never showed up for your own damn son.
Okay, Curtis. Your husband named Curtis. Okay. So I tell you what, I need to talk to Curtis. That's what I need to do.
Oh, you're gonna more than talk to Curtis. You're gonna catch some hands from Curtis with that mouth.
Okay, all good. So let me ask you this here. You talking about Curtis that drive trucks? That Curtis?
I'm talking about Curtis, my husband, in my house. You don't know who we are because you ain't never showed up. You ain't nobody. Your kid is nobody. This whole phone call is bull, and you need to crawl back into whatever hole you came out of because I am not here for this.
Curtis is a truck driver, right?
Yeah, you lucky he ain't run your over yet.
Oh, okay. You talking about Curtis? Now, can I tell you something else that I done found out about Curtis? Can I tell you that?
I kind of don't want to hear anything that comes out of your mouth at this point.
Okay.
But say your
this is the last thing I'm gonna say out of my mouth. Can I just tell you what I know about Curtis?
You better make it quick.
I'm gonna make it quick. Curtis got me to prank phone call you. This is nephew Tommy Candace from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your husband Curtis.
Are you kidding me? We on the radio right now?
No, you're not on right now, but you're going to be on in the morning, though.
Oh, my goodness. Like, my heart is racing right now. I got to jump through the phone and tear up your throat. Are you kidding me? My husband put you up to this?
Your husband got me to call you, baby. He said, your son is an amazing quarterback. I said, cool, we're going to do this.
Yo, you don't understand. My chest feels like a vice right now. I want to kick you in the throw. Oh, my God.
All right, Candace, you got to tell me one thing. What's the baddest, and I mean the baddest, radio show in the land?
Steve Harvey in the morning. Oh, my God. I'm sweating, yo.
Come on, get a drummer song.
Oh, Lord.
You play
Get
too
a
much.
drummer
That's
song.
gonna give you
Some, all right. Yeah. You're going to get some, all right.
Y'all think it's going to happen this year? Is that what y'all think? You think it's going to happen this year?
Yeah.
They're taking bets down in Vegas.
It didn't happen last year because of the pandemic. So, yeah.
I can handle it. I'm good.
Okay.
Somebody gonna slap you about that.
I'm in the gym. I'm good.
What'd you say, Steve?
Somebody gonna slap you about one of their kids one time. Tell them about you being in the gym. What they got to do with getting slapped?
Oh, she did not play about her
Stupid,
son.
boy. Nobody cares about you.
All right, thank you, Nev. Coming up at the top of the hour, the U.S. Surgeon General will be here right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, everybody. We got a distinguished guest this morning. He's the 21st Surgeon General of the United States, and he also was the 19th Surgeon General appointed by President Barack Obama from 2014 to 2017. And prior to being appointed again as Surgeon General, he served as co-chair on President Biden's Coronavirus Advisory Board. And today, we're going to discuss how COVID-19 vaccinations are the only way to end this pandemic. Please welcome to the show, Dr. Vivek Murthy. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, thanks. Thanks for having me on.
Listen, we need to have you on because there's such a debate going on today about the vaccine. Should you, shouldn't we? There seems to be a certain sector of the population that's refusing the vaccine. So we all know that COVID-19 has caused a lot of suffering for millions of Americans. That's not up for debate. And many of us have lost family members to COVID-19, including you. That's true, sir? Could you share that with us?
Well, up until a few weeks ago, I was sharing from time to time that I'd lost 7 family members to COVID-19 just Actually, this past week, we lost 2 more family members. So, but I'm also aware that I'm not that different from a lot of people out there who have lost family and friends to this terrible virus. It's one of the reasons I want to see this pandemic end, because we've just lost so many people. Well, over now 560,000 people in our country to this virus. And so we got to put an end to it. And it does turn out that getting vaccinated is the fastest, surest path to get there.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I mean, look, man, we're sorry for your loss. So many people in this country have lost loved ones, which it kind of amazes me at some of the reservations that people have about this vaccination. Now, we've seen firsthand the sense of relief that being vaccinated can bring you, because we've all been vaccinated on this show, Dr. Murthy.
Yes, that's great to hear.
Yes, we have.
How are the vaccinations going so far in the U.S.?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Overall, it's going pretty well. I think it's going better than we could have anticipated at this point. Right now, more than 150 million people in our country have received at least one shot of the vaccine. That's more than 50% of all adults in America. And with this many people, what's been really interesting, Steve, is that the number 2 things we've learned. One is that this continues to be a really effective vaccine. If you look at people who are seniors, who are 65 and up, it turns out that they've gotten vaccinated in large numbers, and the death rate has dropped by more than 80% in that population, which is pretty extraordinary. But what's also happened is that the safety profile of these vaccines has also remained really strong. So very, very few in the way of, any serious side effects, which is really good. That's what you want. As a doctor, I think about this in the context of the conversations I've had with patients over the years, sitting with them at their bedside, trying to make decisions about what they should take in terms of medicines. And look, I think if people out there have questions about the vaccine, that's okay. If you have questions, you should get answers to them. You should be careful, right, and thoughtful about what treatments you take. But I think the good news here is you've got in this vaccine something that's really effective at preventing COVID. And the side effects that you hear about, because I know some people, are worried about it, this thing have lasting side effects. The side effects that most people experience actually are fever, chills, body ache, headache, and fatigue. And those last on the order of hours, whereas the protection you get lasts for months or maybe longer. So the bottom line is that getting vaccinated is the fastest way really to get back to the people and the activities we love. It has benefits that are really high. The risks are really low. And that's a pretty good deal, as far as medicines and vaccines go.
Let me ask you this. What are the major things that we can do to help end this pandemic? What are the major things we can do?
Well, it's a great question, Stephen. I'll say that what makes me feel hopeful about the future is that we are in such a better place now than we were a year ago. We still have too many infections going on per day, on the average of 40,000 or more infections still every day in the United States. But we have a way to turn this pandemic around, and that's the vaccine. So the key thing that we've got to do is, number 1, get vaccinated ourselves. Number 2, turn around and look at the people in your life, your family, your friends, the people you care about, and ask them if they've got a plan to get vaccinated. We know that, half the people in this country who are waiting to get vaccinated, they say that a conversation with a family member or a friend could make the difference in what they decide to do. That means that you don't need it to be a doctor or a nurse to make a difference here. If you've got people in your life you care about, you can make the difference in whether they get vaccinated or not. So have a conversation with them. If they want information, help them get information. If they want help finding a place to get vaccinated, now it's really easy. You can go to vaccines.gov, just put in your zip code, and then you can find places near you where you can get vaccinated. You can also text a number. You can text the equivalent of get vax, and you text your zip code to that number, and boom, you can get 3 places right near you where you can get vaccinated. Or if you want to do it in Spanish, it's vacuna, those 6 letters translated to digits. Text your zip code, and you'll get 3 places near you. So these are 2 simple things you can do. Get vaccinated and talk to your family and friends to help them get vaccinated. If we do that, what will happen in this country likely is what we're seeing now in Israel. Israel hit an interesting threshold. Now they're near 60% of their population vaccinated. And they have seen a dramatic drop across the country in infections. And now, as a result, they're able to open up more and more activities in their country. They're starting to get back to normal. That's what could happen here if we get more people vaccinated. That's how we can protect our community.
Hey, Dr. Murthy, hold on right there. We're going to take a break. We're coming back. We got more with the Surgeon General right after this, folks.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, we're back, and our special guest this morning is the 21st Surgeon General of the United States, and we're talking about the vaccination. So let me ask you this. To the person that's wanting to say something to their family members or friends to convince them of this vaccination, what would you consider the top selling points they might mention?
Well, here's what I would say. First of all, we should, if people have questions, we should be really thoughtful about it, not judge people or make them feel bad, about the questions they have. We don't know why people have the questions they do. Some people have had a really bad experience with the healthcare system. Other people may have seen misinformation online, but not know if it's true or not. And so the first thing I do is go in there and listen first before we judge. The second thing I would do is to remind people that, again, over 150 million people have got this, and we're seeing it is still a really good side effect profile, and we're seeing that it's really effective in dropping deaths. And the last thing I tell them is that, remember, 90% of doctors have either gotten vaccinated or are planning to. These are the people that we go and see about our health, the people we trust. They trust and believe in this vaccine. They're getting it themselves. And that's why, I think one more reason why we can trust in it. And finally, just remember this, that what we all want, all of us, is we want to turn this pandemic around. We want to protect ourselves, the people we love. We want to get back to doing the things we love doing as well, getting together with friends, getting back to school and work, being able to go out to a ball game and not worry about getting sick. The fastest way for us to do that is to get vaccinated. And Steve, I want to just share one last thought with you, just a broader thought overall, which is, I know you can read the headlines on the paper sometimes and feel really down about where we are right now with this pandemic. It's been going on for over a year. It's turned people's lives upside down. A lot of us are just tired. I feel that too at times, just kind of exasperated, with just how taxing this whole experience has been. But I do want people to know that this pandemic will end, that we will get back to our way of life. The sooner we get vaccinated, the faster that will happen. But what I hope we don't ever forget is what I believe is one of the greatest lessons of this pandemic, which is that we need each other, that we can't get through this pandemic alone. COVID has reminded us that, look, as much as we might, share stories about people building companies on their own or doing extraordinary things or athletes who lead their team to success, real life is more about what people do together. It's about how they support one another in their journeys. And right now, there are a lot of people out there who are struggling. Maybe they lost a job. Maybe they lost a loved one. Maybe they're worried about their kid's future. And this is a time where we need to reach out and help one another, because it is in serving other people that we will find our healing as well. And the government can help, but turning this pandemic around, helping our communities heal, it's going to take all of us standing up, looking out for one another, supporting one another. That's how we not only get through this pandemic, but how we come out on the other side stronger than even before this pandemic began.
Okay, hey, this is great information. Can you sit tight for us, Dr. Murthy? We got to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll close out with the Surgeon General right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, we're back, everybody, and our special guest is Surgeon General of the United States, Dr. Murthy. And we're discussing the vaccination, the pandemic. In our lifetime, none of us have faced anything like this, and it has cost so many people so many precious lives. And, all of us want it to end. We are exhausted. I'm tired of these masks. I'm tired of places not being open. You're exhausted from it. But there's light at the end of the tunnel, finally. And, really appreciate the efforts of the Biden-Harris presidency. They really came in with a real effort to get this thing curtailed, and I appreciate the efforts they've made in getting the country vaccinated. And thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts with us and and what we're doing, and we're on top of it. And if I don't know this probably ain't gonna solve the problem, but in my own little way, my contribution to this whole thing is, if you ain't vaccinated, don't bring your ass around me. And I just wanted to say that from all the depth in my heart. Well, Dr. Murphy, he need help. Every little bit helps. And, if you can make a small contribution in your own way, maybe you have a way that you want to lend yourself to it, vaccinate or hibernate, whatever you want to do. Pick something. Pick something.
Doctor, we apologize for our
fits
feelings
well
later.
with you.
Ain't no apologies needed. Everyone's got to do their part.
That's a good one to apologize. I apologize, but I don't care for sick ass people. I'm coming up with several things.
You're on the wrong.
To just contribute. You know what I'm saying? I just don't care for sick ass people. Vaccinate or hibernate. What you want to do. Or it's just I got more, but I won't share them with you now. But if you need any help with a campaign slogan, call your man Steve Harvey, and I'll have a whole lot of very catchy phrases that
Do you think Dr. Murphy's mother would approve, Steve?
Yeah, she's a big fan. I understand. She watches Family Feud all the time.
She's a huge Steve Harvey fan. I don't think he could do wrong in her eyes.
Yeah. So,
but listen, Doctor, I think what you said is right. That we need everyone to step up and to do their part in their own ways. Like each of us, the thing is, it's easy to feel like you don't have power today in society, but each of us have people who trust us and who listen to us. And if we turn on and have a conversation with them, you never know if that's the conversation that's going to change someone's mind and help save their life. And that's what, if we all do that for the people in our life, I have no doubt that we will get our country vaccinated and that we will protect our communities and we will end this pandemic.
Yeah, we can.
Yes, sir.
Well, Doctor, thank you so much. And one last slogan. Just to consider,
on the way out.
Sorry again, Dr. Murphy.
Needles is scary. It might cause you to cry. But at least if you get it, your ass won't die. Thank you. That's the new T-shirt. I'll be putting that one out. And then we'll put the Surgeon General across the bottom of that.
And with the word boom.
Yeah.
That was going to sell.
Dr. Murphy, thank you so much for joining us today, sir.
Thank you so much. It was so nice to speak with you and the whole team. Thank you all for what you're doing to help
Great
get people
job.
right into it.
So, we just doing our part. You got to help people.
We got some more slogans. Listen to them.
Came up in here. All morning, I'm going to be coming up with slogans to help you get vaccinated.
My favorite so far, though, is vaccinate or hibernate. I like that one a lot.
Either do that
Steve, one last thing I would just share with you. If you're, I'm still here, actually, as it turns out. I was like, am I hanging up?
Genius.
What am I supposed to do here?
David?
I thought you was gone.
I will hang up. Hey, I'm still here. But one thing I was just going to say is if you're serious actually about wanting to potentially do more, we're trying to work on some creative ideas for things that we could do that would be fun and interesting and also reach the community. Yeah, well, I would love to just brainstorm some things that we could potentially do together down the line.
All right, we'll do that. Thank you, sir.
Sounds good.
All right, coming up next, it is the nephew with the prank phone call right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today. The subject, she loves me, I love her not. But right now, the nephew is here with today's prank phone call. We'll get into the strawberry letter in a minute, but nephew, what do you have for us right now?
It's time to hit the pool. Summertime is coming. It's here, basically. Title is Naked Lifeguard. Naked.
What?
Lifeguard. Don't let this bother you. Don't let this bother you.
It is bothering me, though.
Lifeguard. Okay.
You concerned?
I know I ain't the only one on this show that swam naked. I know I ain't the only one. Let's go, Kat. Naked Lifeguard.
Hello.
Hello, I'm trying to reach a Carrie.
Yes, this is Carrie.
Hi, Carrie. My name is Oliver. Oliver. You put in an application with the employment agency about looking for some work as far as being a lifeguard.
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay. Have you had much experience being a lifeguard?
Yeah, I've been doing this for a while now, back since I was like 18. I got my CPR certification. I've had as many as like 200 people at one time watching them, so I'm good. I'm good at what I do. I love it.
Very good, very good. Well, I'll tell you what, I've looked over your application, and I've checked everything out thoroughly, and I'm very excited about maybe getting you to, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but public pool. It's actually in subdivision. There's 2 pools there. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. They're near where I live, yeah.
Okay. Well, there's actually in the back of there's a gated community, and that is actually the particular property that I'm talking about, you coming out and working for us there at the pool site. If we can get you on Monday to Friday, we're going to actually hire some more college students for Saturday and Sunday. What do you say?
Oh, I say okay. That sounds great. Monday through Friday, weekends off, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
Now, we start off, job actually pays $25 an hour.
Wow.
You would be our head lifeguard, and we would want you to be there from, if you start at 12, we'd actually like for you to get there around 11:30, just to be prepared and be the overseer and make sure the other lifeguards get there on time. And, we'll go from there.
Okay.
Now, Carrie, there's only one catch that actually comes along with this job. We want you to work an additional 4 hours from 6 to 10 at night, but it's going to pay you $50 per hour. So you'll make an extra $200. How do you feel about that?
Man, I feel good. I mean, with the recession and everything, I could use that money right now, especially during the summertime.
Okay, now here's the deal. This is in a gated community, like I told you before, but also it's going to be adults at night, and they are actually going to be swimming nude.
What?
And, yeah, they're going to be swimming nude, and what they ask is if they're going to be swimming nude, they want to make sure that the lifeguard that's protecting them is going to be nude as well.
Okay, I'm a certified lifeguard. I'm CPR certified. I'm a student. I've had other jobs, but nudity wasn't on my resume.
And I understand that wholeheartedly, but we're talking about you possibly making $1,750 a week. How you feel about $1,750 a week for your nursing school? I'm sure that'll definitely pay for it throughout the entire summer. That should be a big help, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it would, but
I mean, are you? How do you feel about trying it for a few weeks, and then how do you feel about that?
I don't know, but I mean,
you're going to watch over some adults who are actually just going to be nude in the pool, and you're nude as well up on the big chair that overwatches everybody. $1,750.
I don't.
$1,750, Carrie.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do that.
$1,750, Carrie. We're talking about 4 hours of you being nude along with some other people that are already nude. So, I mean, what's the big deal, What we need you to do is come down. We're going to do some drills, some lifeguard drills, and make sure that you're definitely qualified. But we're going to make sure that when you do those, you got to be naked as well, okay?
What? Why would I have to do some drills naked? I'm already a lifeguard. What do I need to drill naked for?
And I understand all that, but in order, for our particular property, we got to make sure that you're actually prepared and ready,
I don't understand.
Well, that's the way it is, Carrie. We need you to come down and do some drills. It's not going to take long, probably about a half hour. You come down, you get undressed, you get in the pool, and we make sure that you're qualified to swim nude, to saving somebody's life nude, the whole 9 yards.
But what? I mean, what if my family come to that pool?
You know, Carrie, I can't go back and forth with you. I can't. Now, I know you. I looked at your resume. I looked at what you were doing and what you're pursuing in life, and I thought this would be a great opportunity for you.
But I can't be. I can't do that to my family. And
no. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. Now, you can't tell me you can't do it now.
Oh, yes, I can.
Now, you get your down here in the morning so I can get these drills done, and I want you naked when you get here and get in this pool. You understand me?
Who the hell do you think you're talking to? Are you some kind of pool pimp? Lifeguard, human resources, hiring pimp? You're not pimping me. I don't have to come down there if I don't want to come down there.
You got to bring your down here tomorrow and get in this pool and do these drills.
Who do you think you're talking to? you?
I'm talking to you. You
What
get
you
your
need
down
to
here tomorrow
do-
and you do these
What
drills.
you need to do is go get you a Pamela Anderson Baywatch, because I ain't the
Excuse me?
one.
What
I
did you
ain't gonna
say?
be doing no nude breaststroke for you old freaky. I don't know them people.
I don't give a who you know. Now you get your down here and you take the job.
I'm not coming down there to your funk pool tomorrow and swim nude and lifeguard nude for a bunch of raunchy. I don't know who you think you're talking to. I was trying to be nice to you. When you called my house with that, and then I thought about it because I'm not that kind of girl. You got me up. Okay, you need to go get you a Pamela Anderson Baywatch, deep sea diving. I don't know what you need, but I'm not what you need.
You get your black down here tomorrow.
Who you think you're talking to?
I'm talking to you. Who you think you're talking to?
I'm talking to you. Who do you think you're talking to?
I got something I want to say to you. You listening?
You know what? You better go ahead and say it, because I'm about to hang up this phone in your face right now.
This is nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your girlfriend.
Are you serious?
She pranked you, baby. Your girlfriend pranked you. You all right?
You know what? When I see that, she gonna have one less float. I cannot believe she did me like this.
All right, I got to ask you something, baby. What is the baddest, I'm talking about the baddest, radio show in the land?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Oh, the distress in her voice.
I thought about it,
down here,
and I
you gonna
can't
be-
do that. I just can't do that to my family.
Right. Right. She really was.
Get your black ass down.
How could you talk to her like that?
Tommy, I'd have been down there for sure. I'd have went and got my daddy. But Tommy, you kind of blew it in the beginning. You're going to be at the pool. You're going to be like the head. You're going to be the overseer. I said, what kind of slave ass gig is this? You're going to be the overseer. I said, what did his old ass say to this younger? You're going to be like the overseer. Well, damn. Well, damn.
Say the
At
boss,
what point?
the supervisor.
At what point shall I bring out my bag and pick a bail?
The overseer.
All right, here we go with the strawberry letter coming up. The subject is She Loves Me, I Love Her Not. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Time now for today's strawberry letter. And if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your strawberry letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now. Yeah.
Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the strawberry letter.
Thank you, nephew. Subject, She Loves Me, I Love Her Not. Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm a 36-year-old male and I misjudged my fiance. I met her on social media and we had a long-distance relationship for 5 months. When I first visited her, I should have known better than to pursue her. She's 32 years old and lives with her mom, her 3 children, her 2 sisters, and 2 nieces. But she was always well put together and she had her own tax business, so I gave it a chance. She is the most beautiful woman I've ever met, with long golden brown hair and freckles on her nose. She's also got a body like Serena Williams. So, after just 5 months of dating, I asked her to marry me. She was overjoyed and said she wanted to bring the kids the next time she came to my house. I have only 2 bedrooms since I use my 3rd bedroom as an office and my gym. The next week she came with the kids on a Sunday. We got them settled and I went to work on Monday. I got home from work and it smelled like she had been frying chicken and boiling chitterlings. The 2-year-old's diaper was off, and it was in the middle of the floor. There was an air mattress in my office, and the 8-year-old said his mom bought it so he could have his own room. The 6-year-old girl was sitting there playing with my laptop. My fiance was in the bed watching TV, still in her bonnet and pajamas. I told her the house was a mess, and she said that's how it is with kids quarantined all day. This was just the first day. Now it's been 3 weeks, and all we do is argue about discipline and cleaning up. I've fallen out of love with her. She's made herself at home and thinks we're still getting married. How do I tell her it's time for her and the kids to leave? Well, unless you can afford to get a bigger house and a nanny and a maid and all that stuff, I just say, you pull her to the side, open up your mouth, and tell her that this is not going to work, period. This same behavior, lazy, nasty, stinky, all that, it's going to get even worse when you marry this woman, okay? So you got to stop the madness now. You've only known her for 5 months. That's no time at all. She said yes to your proposal right away because she wanted to get out of her mom's house with her mom, her 2 sisters, and her 2 nieces. That's pretty crowded. It's too crowded. I just think because I'll put it this way. Don't you think it's a little odd that she didn't say, let's wait a while after you proposed? Let's wait a little while. What's the rush? I would like to get to know you a little better. I have to be sure about who I bring my kids around, et cetera, et cetera. Usually women with kids require that, but not this one. She was pretty eager to jump on in, like you're some sort of Captain Save to her. She and her kids will, have their own place. She was thinking they'll have their own rooms. With you, this is great. This is perfect for them. So to you, I say, if you don't want to marry her, get out now, because it's not going to get any better if you guys get married. Steve?
Wow. This letter's so stupid. Dear Steve and Shirley, this 36-year-old male has misjudged his fiancée. But let me tell you how quickly he misjudged him. Now, he met this woman on social media. Long-distance relationship for 5 months. And you visited her, and you said after the first visit you should have known better than to pursue her. And here's why. She's 32 years old. She lived with her mama, her 3 children, her 2 sisters, and 2 nieces. Okay, that's a lot, dog. That's a lot of people living in the house. But then, here what you got. See, you met her on social media. And here what you said. She's always well put together, and she got her own tax business. So I gave it a chance. Dog, that ain't why you gave it a chance. Here's the real reason. She's the most beautiful woman I've ever met, with long golden brown hair and freckles on her nose. She also got a body like Serena Williams. You got that, everybody?
Yeah.
Then guess what? So after 5 months of dating her, I asked her to marry me. Boy. Freckles on the nose, long golden brown hair, and the body like Serena Williams. And 5 months of that, you asked her to marry you. So you done ignored her living conditions.
Right.
The 3 kids, the staying with her mama, her 2 sisters, 2 nieces. You ignored that. All because of the body like Serena Williams. That's what this all about.
Mm-hmm. That body.
5 months of that Serena Williams body, and you asked her to marry you. Then your dumb ass, she said she wants you to meet the kids. She said she'll bring them over next time she come. And she ain't left. It's going to get ugly after the break.
Hang on. All right. We'll have part 2 of Steve's response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Subject, she loves me. I love her not. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right. Come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. The subject, she loves me. I love her not.
Yeah, we got a problem with this letter right here. 36-year-old man that misjudged your fiance. You didn't misjudge her. You didn't misjudge her, dog. You didn't pay attention to it. You didn't misjudge. You passed the other judgment. See, you didn't misjudge her when you found out, you saw on social media, highlight reel was incredible. She on IG with all the banging outfits, everything. All this here. But when you visited her, she was 32, lived with her mama, her 3 kids, her 2 sisters and 2 nieces. But she was always well put together. She had her own tax business. So you gave her the chance. Now, this is why you gave her the chance, dog. She the most beautiful woman I've ever met. Long golden brown hair, freckles on her nose. She got a body like Serena Williams. So after 5 months of dating, 5 damn months, you asked her to marry you. That's all it took? A body like Serena, some long hair, and some damn freckles. And now you want to get married? Boy, you dumb. She was overjoyed, Shirley. Yeah. Said she wanted to bring the kids the next time she came to my house.
Of course she was.
Now, the dude said he only got 2 bedrooms, and I use your 3rd bedroom as an office and my gym. Well, the next week, she came with the kids on a Sunday. We got them settled. He go to work on Monday. He come home from work. It smelled like she been in there frying chicken and boiling chitlins. The 2-year-old's diaper is off and in the middle of the floor. That was the chitlins right there.
Exactly. You know it was. That's
See,
strong
because
for a
that
baby.
2-year-old can walk now. He probably took it off himself.
Woo, and it's all over the house.
Yeah, my little grandson could do that. He took his diaper off the other day and just walked off from it. And I walked right into it. Turned right around, went and got his damn daddy. I'm not touching it. Then left a diaper in the middle of the floor. There was an air mattress in your office. The 8-year-old said his mom bought it so he could have his own room. So now this boy got his own room. The 6-year-old girl was sitting there playing with your laptop, and your fiance, the most beautiful woman in the world, with the long brown hair, with the freckles, and the body like Serena.
What happened?
She was in bed watching TV in her bonnet and pajamas. Bonnet? What?
Yeah, bonnet.
Bonnet?
You got to keep your hair together, Steve.
All day,
Black
though,
women.
the bonnet?
Yeah.
I told her the house was a mess. She said that's how it is when you got kids quarantined all day.
Okay.
Uh-oh. So now, baby kids that moved into your house.
Yes.
You got baby kids and they in there tearing it up. So now it's been 3 weeks. All we do is argue about discipline and cleaning up. I done fallen out of love with her. She done made herself at home and she thinks we still getting married. How do I tell her it's time for her and her kids to leave? Hey, Serena, it's time for you and your kids to leave.
Just tell her, yeah.
Hey, Serena, I ain't in love with you no more. I don't know what the hell I was thinking about.
And after 5 months, you could say that, right?
Hey, Serena, I'm not even in love with you anymore. Matter of fact, I misjudged you. Matter of fact, it's all on me. I'm stupid. I forgot. I don't even want to be married.
Oh, it's going to be a fight. She's going to have to go back over there with her mom and sisters and all those kids. Ooh.
Yeah, but you sitting up in here, man, with baby kids tearing your house up. Your 3-bedroom apartment gone. No, I don't mind the kids, the amount of kids. That ain't what I'm talking about. Your problem is the way they spreading on you. Bruh, me personally, you got to get out of there.
Yeah.
And the best way to do it is just to say it.
That's right.
This ain't good right here, man. Coming home, damn, sitting in my laptop, like 6, playing on like this a tablet or something.
Well,
this ain't no toy.
That's what happens, Steve, right? When you only have known someone for 5 months.
That's exactly right, bro. 5 months and you asked her to marry you? What did she do to you? Now, she obviously good at it. I got that.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she done turned you out. Now, bro, she ain't who you thought she was. You cannot marry this woman, though. First of all, you ain't in love with her, so you should never marry anybody you ain't in love with. But secondly, though, bro, that house gonna be nasty for a long time. This how you do when you got kids. And you obviously ain't got no kids. Now you got a whole family.
It's a lot. Oof. This is a lot.
This way past a lot.
Yeah.
It's too much. Yeah.
Yeah. I just drive
Slow
off
down.
if I was you.
But it's his house.
Let him have a house and everything.
Yeah, I just ruined my credit for 7 years, man. That's all right. I'm gonna quit paying this rent. Yeah, I'm gonna put that on the credit report. That's all.
All right. Thank you, Steve, for your comments on today's Strawberry
I'm living
Letter.
in my car.
You can post yours at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. Check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Coming up at 46 minutes after the hour, Sports Talk with Junior right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Junior is here with Sports Talk. What you got, Junior?
All right, Shirley, before we get to that, don't forget June 5th in Dallas at the Morgan Hunt Hill Bridge, the Curious Hope 3rd Annual 5K Run and Fun Walk, helping people with sickle cell is going on June 5th, 8 a.m. at the Morgan Hunt Hill Bridge. Go to curioushope.org, K-I-E-R-S, hope.org to register and come out and hang with us. Maybe we'll have us a great time. In sports, though, this is the biggest news in sports right now. The reigning NFL MVP, Aaron Rodgers, wants out of Green Bay. Right?
What?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers won't out. You know, last year at the draft, they drafted his replacement, Jordan Love, out of Utah State. This year, they didn't draft him any help at any of the positions, and now he wants out. His contract, they would offer him a new contract. He would be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, but he won't out. He won't out. No, I'm saying his new contract.
More than
they want to give him.
Mahomes?
Yeah,
No,
they
he
want to give him
won't.
one. They want to give him one.
Man,
but hold on,
please.
this it. Look at this. This is the crazy part. Either he can go to San Francisco, great team, or he can go to Denver Broncos, be an asset there. But here's another team in the hunt, the Cleveland Browns. Now, what? Let me tell you what's so funny about the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns said they not gonna get rid of Baker Mayfield for Aaron Rodgers. Now, is that really true in Cleveland?
That's a true statement.
They gonna ride it out with Baker Mayfield
Because we would have to gut our team. We would have to lose too many valuable players, and we just had a great draft.
Okay.
And we had a great offseason with free agency. So if we give up Baker Mayfield for Aaron Rodgers, yeah, but we don't know how much longer he going to play, and we going to have to give up too much. We got a great line. We got great running backs.
I love weed.
We got a strong defense now.
He in that, like he in
Yeah.
GM.
Well,
Yeah, he a GM. He over there. He over there on the staff.
You know.
We gotta.
I mean, y'all the Texans, so what y'all want me to do? Be proud, you know?
Look at how
I
you
have
made
the
that
table
transition.
Quarterback.
You know?
Okay. Let's just say this though. Would you take Aaron Rodgers if you didn't have to give up everything?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so that's all.
Yeah, but that I don't think that's a real conversation. I'd be stunned if it is, because they'd have to give up a lot to get Aaron Rodgers. But if we had Aaron Rodgers, we in the Super Bowl.
You that season.
Think that?
That season.
With Aaron, we in the Super Bowl soon as he signed the line. We in the damn Super Bowl.
I thought it, man. I thought it'd be a great place for him to play, though, man, with weapons like Odell Beckham Jr. over there, man. It'd be a good city for him to
Well, you
play.
know, all that old laughing y'all doing, ha, he. We know who ain't going to be in the damn Super Bowl.
Wait a minute.
go.
Dog.
Come on.
Wait, hold
No,
on.
no, no.
You know,
We can't say that.
We're going through some
I can say that.
reconstruction.
We got some stuff we working on.
Reconstruction.
All
All right.
right. We gonna be there.
We'll be back with more of the
He'd have
Steve
been
Harvey
out of
Morning
this.
Show at the top of the hour right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
They will do anything, I mean anything, to stop our vote. Take a listen to the exchange from the Texas House when a Texas Democrat schooled a Texas Republican on the purity of the ballot box. Take a listen to this.
That provision was drafted specifically to disenfranchise black people, black voters, in fact, following the Civil War. Did you know that?
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
And are you familiar with white primaries?
We've heard and read of such thing. I'm glad
have you read about those?
It's a disgusting thing. Yes.
Did you realize that purity of the ballot box language in the Texas Constitution gave rise to all white primaries?
No, I didn't.
And did you know that this purity at the ballot box justification was also used during the Jim Crow era to prevent black people from voting?
No, those are troubling things. I didn't know that was their
Did
reason.
you know that in states across the country that penal disenfranchisement schemes were put in place, including in Texas, as far back as 1845, to effectively lock African American people out of the political process? Are you aware of this history?
I wasn't aware of any kind of malicious intent in the use of that term.
Okay.
And the reason it was used is I looked at the Constitution because I believe our authority is derived from the people, and that's why.
Gentlemen's time's expired.
Okay, that's what I love.
He don't know a damn thing.
At all. How is he even a politician at this point?
Oh, vote him in.
He's a Texas Republican. Well, to that we say, Steve Harvey Nation, stay woke. The For the People Act is headed to the Senate Rules Committee before our senators debate and amend the bill. Please call your senators. Call them today and urge them to pass the most important voting rights reform of our generation. We need this. The For the People Act will institute automatic voter registration, modernize voter registration systems, expand early voting requirements, allow universal access to vote by mail, restore the right to vote for people with felony convictions, and more. Okay, this is very important because you see what they're doing in these states where they don't want us to vote at all. Contact your member of Congress, your senator now, and urge them to support the For the People Act. Go to whenweallvote.org to get all of the information you need, okay?
I didn't know that. That's disheartening. I didn't know that at all. I didn't know that. I had no idea. Yeah.
What are you doing in there?
Well,
Shirley, the majority of people don't know.
Yeah.
But they live. It's amazing how they don't know, but they still honor the policies without even knowing what's behind it.
it's tradition. They just
man, they just honor that.
Yeah.
They just and go with something, man. It's easy to do it because it ain't got nothing to do with you.
Right. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
But the moment these situations got something to do with you, I bet you're gonna view it altogether different.
They were trying to stop you from voting, your constituents from voting.
Our vote doesn't matter to them, but they sure trying to stop it, though, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
they
the
know
point,
what
though.
it
It
is.
does matter.
Exactly.
We showed them last election for sure.
And we're going to show them again, too.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
We're going to
Next
show them
year.
again.
Right.
Next
We're
year.
going to keep showing them, and we're not just going to
chance we
show them for the presidential election. We're going to show them for midterms. We're going to show them for the local elections because judges and they appoint, mayors appoint police chiefs, all of that.
Everything. I'm voting on everything. Railroad commissioner, everything.
Everything. Come on, stay woke,
Everything.
right,
The librarian, everything. I'm voting for everything.
Wait, I'm stuck on railroad commissioner. I love it.
Because, you know, when I get in there in the
All
voting
of
box,
that.
I see that and I be like, well, I don't know what to do with this part. I bet I get educated on that.
Yeah,
Right.
we
Stay
have to
woke.
educate ourselves and, keep listening, of course, to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
We got you.
We'll inform you, with whatever's going down that you need to know, of course.
Everything. We voting on
Yeah.
the janitor at the school, everything.
We'll have more of today's trending stories on the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 20 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
In trending, just weird tiger news, this was so crazy. Residents of a West Houston neighborhood were shocked. Did you see this big Bengal tiger just roaming the streets after apparently escaping from a house? Well, an off-duty police officer approached the tiger's owner with his gun drawn. So take a listen to this.
You and your tiger, get the back inside now. Get the back inside. I don't know who the this is. Get the back inside.
Yeah. You have to cuss when the tiger. You have to cuss when there's a tiger walking.
Yeah.
It's no way you can be an off-duty, on-duty, never had duty.
Security.
When you see a tiger, you have to cuss.
In your neighborhood.
Oh,
This tiger
dog.
was big.
Ain't no
That
leash.
tiger
Get your
was
tiger.
huge. Get your tiger, dog.
Get your tiger. Please don't shoot him. Get your damn tiger.
Because I said to you.
And he grabbed him and took him on in the house, too. You saw that.
Oh, my.
Oh man, hey, you lucky it wasn't me. I got to put as soon as I see him, I got the gun. I got to start shooting.
The tiger owner, he was out on bond as a possible murder suspect. They're investigating him for murder. So what is really going
Where
on
do you
here?
get a tiger
Yeah.
from?
They'd
Where
have
do you
had
buy
me
a
down
tiger?
there for murder too.
All right, we'll have more.
Yeah, we'd have both been in trouble.
More of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 33 minutes after, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time for Ask the CLO with Steve Harvey, the CLO, in the building. This one is from Willie in Gary, Indiana. Willie writes, I'm a 56-year-old married man. My wife found a condom in my work bag that had been there since 2019. I told her I got it from a health fair in my office building, but she didn't believe me. I really did have a one-night stand. Listen to this, guys. I really did have a one-night stand with a coworker 2 years ago after an office Christmas party, but it was only once. My wife claimed a lady called her and told her everything. I panicked and confessed, and then my wife said she made it all up to get the truth. She wants the name and the number of the lady, but she's married to a boxer. How can I get my wife to leave this alone?
First of all, dog,
Come on, CLO.
for you to be 56 years old and fall for the okie doke.
Yes, he did.
I don't give a damn what you accuse me of. It's not true. I don't even understand.
But
You
she-
confess to everything.
Yeah.
Bro, what's wrong with you?
And what are you doing with a condom still in your bag from 2019?
Oh,
He's
one
an
night
old
stand.
lady.
It only happened one time. Man, come on.
He's an
dude.
idiot.
You stupid, man.
All this
Damn,
truth
bro.
telling.
I can't believe this. And I done told y'all about this truth. It's way overrated.
It's not.
What is you
Come on,
confessing
break it
for?
down.
She ain't even bust you. Dog, you saw me where? Wait a minute, with who? What woman you talking about? I don't even know who you talking about. You gonna have to come up with a name. You got to come up with some
For me.
Texas. You got to have a picture. You got to have something. Like the joke I wrote a long time ago. I don't care if you got a Polaroid picture of my butt jacked up in the air with my social security number on my ass. That is not me. Okay?
Yeah.
And I don't know how this man got my social security number on his ass or how he even knew it. I don't know. But it is not me. That's how strong I am with it.
Pretty convincing. Pretty convincing. He's in a world of trouble on that one. He wants to know how can he get his wife to leave it alone, though. That's the question, CLO.
Put that condom on and show it don't fit. It don't
Hey
fit.
dog, hey dog. This is not O.J. Simpson trial.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, if it doesn't fit, we must
Tommy.
quit.
You can't be married and have a condom.
Coming up, it is our last break of the day. And of course, we'll have some closing remarks at 49 minutes after from the one and only, our fearless leader, Steve Harvey, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Here we are, guys, our last break of the day.
Yeah.
On this Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday.
It's the last.
Sometimes these days, these weeks go by so fast, you get lost in them.
Oh, all the COVID days went by. We didn't know what day it was.
At all, right?
We just got back on the schedule, huh?
Okay.
Yes.
And we had the Surgeon
Thank
General
you
on the
for
show.
I was going to say thank you to the Surgeon General. Yeah.
And I
I
helped
just
him
put
out.
some
you know.
clothes on week before last.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Tommy?
I just put some real clothes on week before last.
Not your sweats.
I've been a sweat warm-up dude, man.
Yeah.
Everybody has, Tommy. Everybody has been rocking that look.
Being comfortable. Just being comfortable.
At the
Yeah,
house.
even you, Steve, have relaxed your wardrobe.
I mean, I wasn't going no damn where.
Right. That's
Yeah.
what I'm
I
saying.
wasn't going nowhere, especially last summer.
Oh, no.
I was just at the house just waiting to get a phone call. I got to go to work. Because just sitting around playing with grandkids, Papa, make me an airplane. If you don't get your ass with me, talking about damn airplane.
And this time last year, you're right. We were just 2 months in.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It was
We were like, we didn't know what was.
What is
was
this? And I was washing my hand way too much.
I be scrubbing.
Yeah, I done bagged that down. Now, come on, man. Now, come on.
And I'm a person who loves being at home. I love being in the house, all of that. I do. But, I can't wait to get out. I just can't.
Like, do something.
Yeah.
Everybody's
it's like
out.
Yeah, I know, but when I get out, it's like, I'm free, I'm out.
Oh, the
I'm
mood
out.
you have.
Yeah.
I get
I would
it.
just go
Okay.
riding. Like, not really go anywhere, just ride.
Take a drive. Exactly,
Oh,
Tommy.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Take a drive. Look around.
Yep. Did you do that, Steve? Take a drive or?
Nah.
I know you have a driver.
His drive different,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
It's
Nah.
far different.
No, I didn't
You got no
drive.
regular
I didn't want to go nowhere. You know, it was COVID. I was scared back then. I didn't understand nothing. I thought it was just outside in the air flying around. I was wiping off bags and door handles and.
Remember that packages?
Yeah, packages, all of that. Yeah.
Oh man, I had so
Surfaces.
much Lysol and.
Yeah.
Then they had a shortage of Lysol, and
couldn't
then
find it.
I found somebody who had a warehouse full of Lysol. So I got about 12 cases
Oh wow.
of Lysol,
Hoarding.
giving it to friends and family.
Yeah.
Man, toilet tissue. I ain't bought none since we
Paper
started
towel.
COVID.
Yeah, paper towel.
You was stacked up like that?
Well, I stacked up, man. They had me nervous. I ain't know what COVID did to you. But toilet tissue is important.
Yeah.
Well, when you're in the house all day, yeah.
And if it gets low, you start panicking a little bit,
Yeah.
getting a little anxiety, you know? Because when you went to the stores, you couldn't find it. It was crazy. Yeah.
Fights broke out.
Thank God it's different now.
Yeah.
yeah.
know,
We
you
know
know,
it's not a surface and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's just, I mean, look, people can have their own views about the vaccine. I stopped trying to tell people to get vaccine because I was, too many people was arguing about it. So it's not, you know, you don't want to get a vaccine, don't get one. But
stay
me
away from
personally,
me.
yeah, I got the vaccine.
I need your card when you come to my house. I need to see it. I need to see you got your shots. I'm sorry. Bring that with you. Same with your driver's license. All that come in. All that need to match so you walk there.
Okay.
Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. But it's better
Well, we're
now.
seeing
This
the
is
light. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
seeing some light. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some hope.
At
Yep.
the end of the time.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know, you need that too. I mean, we're a long way from it,
Yeah, we are.
but I
We're-
can see, you know, I'm glad to see enough people getting the vaccine. You know, if you don't want to get it, I got it. I'm not trying to tell you no different, but the decision for me was made because, I mean, I just looked at it this way. I can get the vaccine or I can get COVID. Now, I ain't heard of nobody dying from the vaccine. I have heard in this country over 500,000 deaths. I ain't finna do that.
No.
Vaccine or ventilator. You know, it's scary.
Yeah, those are some, you know, some hard choices, but choices that are necessary.
There ain't a hard choice to me.
Or choices are necessary, though. Yeah, you gotta make up
This
your
was a
mind.
quick decision for me.
It was easy
Yeah.
for me. I got sickle cell. I can't play around with this, man.
Right.
Pre-existing
The
conditions.
pre-existing conditions. All, no. Yeah,
I
be
think
in there.
too, it's your lifestyle too. I think that plays a part in it. You know, I'm around children, a lot of kids. They're busy. They're active. I just came back from Florida at a dance competition. At Disney World, and they did not play. You better not take that mask down at Disney World. They were
I believe it.
very serious about that.
Hey, let me tell you what. I was in Dubai.
Yes, sir.
If you're walking down the street in Dubai, if you're at a mall, I don't care. Hey, you need your mask on. And they got people standing there. And now, you can argue with them if you want to.
Uh-oh.
It ain't going to go the way you think.
It's
You wouldn't
not,
advise
it's not
it,
what
Steve?
you think.
Yeah.
Listen, you're going to get that because you can't go over there. You can't over there. I don't care what they done legalized over here. It's not allowed over there. You can't smoke weed. Don't come over here with your little prescription meds that ain't authorized. Don't come over here with your weed. Don't make no brownies. Don't bring it in no chocolates. Because if they find it, you're going to prison. No questions asked. No, you're gone. Ain't no court. We're not bringing you for the magistrate. You got weed, you locked up. And you don't have a lawyer that can come get you. Because they're not licensed over there.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Don't come over there playing with it. So if you love weed that much, stay your ass over here.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.